Well, folks, welcome to one more edition of Politics and Random. Egberto Willis, your host. Thank you so kindly being part of the show. We are going to have un show magnifico. We're going to have a wonderful show for you today. Alistair Waters is in the house, and she says she's on the road. I saw her earlier today on the live show. Well, this is a live show too, but I mean on the air show. That's what I meant. On the air show on 90.1 FM, Houston, Texas. All right, there we go. All right, who else is here with us? Bridge MCP in the house. How you doing, our beautiful Bridge? And Lee Grant says, I'm here. Hey, all. And of course, we also have Julie Henderson. Welcome aboard, Julie Henderson. Deborah Meyer says, Hola, Pasi. ¿Cómo estás, mi bella? Yo sé que estás aquí. Maywood is also in the house. And we have Julie Henderson. Eric Hayes is back. And Melanie Keelan de Barcelona, Spain. How are you, Melanie? And of course, the venerable El Señor AVQ, Michael Rudnin. How are you doing, Michael? How is the COVID treating you? Are you kind of getting over it? And by the way, how is Mama doing? Did you guys get the cocktail? Let us know all about it. And of course, there is our wonderful, La Preciosa, Linda Halsey Taylor. And Linda Halsey says, dumb hour with egghead. I get it. You're using the EG in my name, and then you make up the rest and call me an egghead. I still love you, girl. It's okay. It's okay. You're here. And I'm sure that we are planting seeds in your mind. Halsey Taylor, Lynn Halsey Taylor. Anyhow, Michael Ronan says NBC News in private, Fox stars and staffers blasted election fraud claims as bogus, court filing show. Internal communications from Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity, and others are part of Dominion's $1.6 billion defamation suit against the network. Employees at Fox knew that claims blaming Donald Trump's 2020 loss on election fraud were outlandish and false, even as the network promoted them as credible. A newly unsealed court filing appears to show. The document, which pulls from a host of internal communications from Fox employees involved in election coverage, includes comments and quotes revealing that producers, executives, and stars of the network knew that election wasn't stolen and that many fraud claims were bogus. The communication suggests that Fox zeroed in on fraud claims as a way to boost ratings and appease conservative viewers. You see what it's all about? Ven lo que pasa allá adentro de esas oficinas de Fox News. You see what happens in the offices of Fox News? All right. AVQ says he's listening on Twitch. Bridge MCP tells Miss Taylor, then why are you here? Don't let her leave, Bridge. I love her here because even if she tries not to listen, it's going into her subconscious. You know? You're not listening, but you're listening and going into your subconscious. I can deal with that, beautiful. I can deal with that. Second story from El Señor Rudnin, Arizona Republic. Fox hosts spread election lies they didn't believe. Were you fooled by them? Hell no. The $1.6 billion defamation suit filed by Dominion Voting Systems revealed how the network's hosts enable Fox conspiracy-hungry viewers. Journalists have every right to treat what they believe to be false statements as news and report them. But if we believe those statements to be false or know that them to be false, we have a responsibility to not treat them as facts and promote them. Perfecto, I agree wholeheartedly. All right, we got, let's see. We're still asking how Michael Rudnin is feeling. I hope he responds on that pretty soon. Julie Henderson says, yes, nationalize the railroads. Built in public lands. Yes, they are built in public lands. And Lee Grant says, hey, y'all. Michael comes back and he says, tired, sweaty, feeling like I'm gonna crash for bed sometime in the next few minutes. Well, at least you came, man. At least you came. And I'm glad that, yeah, you're feeling kind of bad, but you're not like out in the woods or something like that where things could get out of hand. Okay. What else we got here? Lee Grant says, thanks to Rudnin for the assist in clearing up the Jesus was African misinformation. Actually, after Brother Rudnin corrected the information, Look, forget what you hear about Israel, okay? Israel is an African country, all right? Whether you like it or not, people like to make the distinction, but there's no distinction. I want you guys to see what I sent Rudnin after Rudnin did say that. I wanted him to see it. I hope you read it, but here it is. And this is checkmate facts. And I'm going to see if I can blow this up a bit. I got it blown up, and let's go ahead and put that on the screen. And what does it say? The fact is, both Israel and Lebanon are on the continent of Africa and is technically Northeast Africa. The African continent tectonic plate goes all the way up to Anatolia plate, which is Turkey. This is widely known in the geophysical scientific community, the geographical scientific community. It's even known in Israel as they have marked in the Negev desert border region. It is for religious and geopolitical reasons that Israel is not publicly, I repeat, that Israel is not publicly acknowledged as being on the northeast region of the African continent. You see, they don't want, it is always this, they do this all of the times. Okay? So you come to Politics Done Right to get the real news, whether it's the news that, whether it is the fallacies that you're taught to override those, or to just give you stuff you didn't know before. But if you take a look at the map, it is obvious. You have to simply, they also feed us the fact that somehow capitalism is the efficient allocation of resources. So we bought that lot, sink, and barrel too, right? We buy a lot of things for the sake of buying a lot of things to believe it. So brother Grant, what you learned in school was simply wrong. If you want to learn something else that's wrong, go ahead and get out your dictionary. Come on, people, get your dictionaries and look up the word socialism and look up the word communism and notice how they've somehow now conflated that they are exactly and identically the same. And I can go over and over how we have used language and the authors of the definition of language to change the meanings of things so that we can either feel better about ourselves, we can prevent people from learning, or we simply stifle critical thinking. Now look at the region. Why in God's name would they not point out that Israel, right to the right side of Egypt, is in fact, what again? Dime, cuenta conmigo. Israel is in Africa. Jesus likely looked more like those folks in Egypt. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. Okay, if you have any problems, go have a visit with Jane Elliott. She'll school you well. Eric K says, Donny boy, your bud at CNN keeps stepping in it, saying Haley is past her prime and woman too at her age. Whoa, that is serious poop. He needs a bar of soap for that mouth. I don't know why he would say, I don't think he meant past her prime in age, did he? Didn't he mean past her prime in political stuff, meaning her brand of politics would have been okay before? I don't know. I don't have the context and I can't watch that now. Tom C says, freezing in Michigan, warmer tomorrow. Oh, Bridge says, one of the broadest acts of presidential power happened on the day in 1917 when President Woodrow Wilson issued an order for the federal government to nationalize the entire railroad system during World War I. For several years, Congress and the Wilson administration had tried to intervene in railroad industry's economic struggles. By 1916, there were critical problems with the railroad. The empowerment of the Interstate Commerce Commission a decade earlier to control shipping rates came about with the passage of the Hepburn Rate Act of 1906. President Theodore Roosevelt championed the Hepburn Act and gave the ICC power to regulate fair, just, and reasonable passenger and shipping rates charged by the railroads. All right. Thank you for that one, BGMCP. Michael comes in and says, I don't see any good reason not to nationalize an industry responsible for over 1,000 derailments every year because the activity against necessary regulation, like what they did done under Obama. They had to have these auto brakes things and auto braking, et cetera, et cetera. Trump removed that regulation, and guess what would have saved the derailed trains likely? Some sort of auto braking system, right? But what can I say? You know how these folks are. All right, Eric K says, Egberto, what is your opinion of government officials using encryption apps for official business? Hidalgo uses WhatsApp, and why is it not traced? Well, I mean, if she's not talking anything about business, she can use WhatsApp if she wants to. I don't see the problem with using WhatsApp. This is a conflict of interest. Public policy, public office, public record, live by the rule. Wayne Dolcefino, investigate journalist extraordinaire, has released another video about his and Jim McInville's attempts to force Harris County public records to give them. I don't care. No me importa lo que dice esa persona. No me importa. All right. Peggy Lopez is in the house. She says, hi, all. And Michael Ren says, I contacted my doctor yesterday, described my symptoms. She said I didn't need Paxlovid, only rest and a few over-the-counter medications. What about mommy? Did mommy get it? Bridge MCP says, Michael Rudden, what about... Oh, she asked me to say... we take care of our own. So, if Bridge doesn't ask him something, I'm going to ask him something. All right, what we got here? Eric Hayes is talking to somebody else. Deborah Moyer says, todo acerca del dinero. Exactamente, corazón mía. Todo. Si no hay dinero, no hay producto. Si no hay dinero, no hay servicio. That's what they're trying to tell you. But, we are human beings, and we believe better than that. All right. Michael saying, Berto, bots don't listen. They're programmed to drop a message and go. I know. But every so often a human being reacts like a bot. I was talking to a friend one time, and the answers kept coming in a certain kind of way. And I finally said, hey, John, are you a bot? I said, no, Egberto, I'm not a bot. Okay, so because you're answering the questions like you're a bot. But from what I understand, the bots are much better right now. So you won't even, we won't be able to tell the difference. Guys, I'm getting sleepy. I think I ate too many tamarind with some kind of sauce on it. But it must be making me sleepy. It makes me sleepy. All right, Rudnance, I read that one already. Peggy Lopez says, let's see. Bridge MCP, yes, that's both of us. Both me and mom were on the call together. We have the same symptoms pretty much, though her sputum is worse than mine. Sorry about that. Peggy Lopez says, Bridge MCP and Alice Waters, hello to see both of you. I'm happy to see both of you. Just back from a ride on the beach, Beach Boot Dam. The Black Boot Dam. All right, actually has water in it. The result of all the rain, it should be flooded. There's so much water, you'll dump right back into the ocean. The ocean got a lot of fresh water. Iron sharpens iron. It is in the Bible. Check it. But the conservative on Egberto Radio show discussed at night to do some here. Okay, we'll see. Like I said, I don't know what happened to me. I don't know if too much tamarind kind of put me into like heavy eyes because I'm sleepy right now. But anyhow, I've got a I've got some PDR passes to play for you. The first one is gonna be actually I'm not gonna tell you. I'm going to just play the first one when I have the wherewithal to find it. Where did I put that other one? I think it's in videos. That's where it's at. Where are you? ¿Dónde estás? I can't find her now. Or maybe I did. I did. All right, good. All right, let's go to the first video. It's pretty short. Welcome to one more edition of Politics Done Right. Today we are the right wing, the MAGA folks are concerned about gas stoves, are concerned about crazy things in America, because as long as they're concerned about all these crazy things, they wouldn't be concerned about two brown Muslim men doing something special. She does not mind that the right wing, the MAGA folks, are concerned about gas stoves, are concerned about crazy things, because as long as they're concerned about all these crazy things, they wouldn't be concerned about two brown Muslim men doing something special. Check out what Ali Velshi had to say. I thought it was funny. Actually, it was funny. And you know what? It's so true.
I am glad, though, about your segment about how folks are getting a little worried about the gas stoves, and you were talking about the culture wars and Dr. Seuss. And I remember Donald Trump talking about not enough water coming out of the shower, and he has to flush several times to get the toilet to work. But I'm glad about that, because what they're missing is the actual subversion going on in America tonight with two brown Muslim guys anchoring primetime back-to-back on a major American network. I mean, go crazy about your gas stoves, guys. No, I didn't, because they're worried about gas stoves. They're not worried about us, Betty. You have a good weekend, my friend. I'll see you Sunday night.
Was that cool or what? I mean, by now everybody knows Nikki Haley. She's running for president as a Republican, but she was. This is the new software, and that was the wrong one again. Now I am sure that I have the right one. Here we go. By now everybody knows Nikki Haley. She's running for president as a Republican, but she has to remember, she was a former Trumpist. She was a former supporter of the most narcissistic, unintellectual president America has ever elected. And she wants to somehow get away from him without getting away from his people. So she gave a little reminder. Well, a clock is always right twice a day. It's a 12-hour clock, that is. Check this out. We'll take it on the other side.
And I have a particular message for my fellow Republicans. We've lost the popular vote in 7 of the last 8 presidential elections. We've lost the popular vote in 7 of the last 8 presidential elections. Our cause is right, but we have failed to win the confidence of a majority of Americans. Well, that ends today.
Come on, Nikki Haley. You know you have a problem when many of the folks in your group believe that you don't stand a chance. Well, we know you don't stand a chance. So what you're really running for is the vice presidency of the United States. We get it. But again, you still have to find a way to get the stench of Trump off of you. Because you won't be picked as a vice presidential candidate if they think you're going to be a drag on the ticket. And it's hard to see Donald Trump not being a drag on the ticket. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel. And number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join. By now, everybody knows Nikki Haley, she's running for president as a Republican, but she has to remember, she was a former Trumpist. She was a former supporter of the most narcissistic, unintellectual president America has ever elected. And she wants to somehow get away from him without getting away from his people. So she gave a little reminder. Software problems. I get a chance to say that. I am so sorry for that little overtake there. Anyhow, we're back. And we're ready to go. Anyhow, let's continue. Peggy Lopez says, Bridge MCP and Alistair Waters, hello for two of you. Just back from a ride out the Black Butte Dam. Actually has water in it. The results of the rain that has been coming this year. Eric Hayes says, iron sharpens iron. You told me that earlier today. Thank you for that. So Turkey is Africa so far? Yes, Turkey. It's a plates, right? It's a tectonic plates. You have to follow that. And again, just look at the map. You know. All right, let's see what else we got here. Deborah Moyer says, I never really investigated the tectonic plates before. That makes sense. Continentes. All right, Michael says, Egberto, I'd make the distinction again. The Middle East is technically part of Asia, not Africa. The separation is the Red Sea. If you Google which continent is Israel part of, you'll get a different answer. I understand that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the standard answer, Brother Rednan. I'm saying the reason they make that distinction is for geopolitical reason. But if you have a piece of land mass like that, with Egypt and Africa, you would call it Sinai Peninsula Africa, as well as you would call all those other countries Africa. They're part of the continent. You know, it's like North America, South America. What strings them together? El Istmo de Panama. But anyway, we'll talk about that another time. The problem is some of these, I'll leave that for the next one. All right, let's see. Bridge MCP says, so what, Haley, why doesn't she use her Indian name? Because you remember what they did to Obama. And what was his middle name again? Hussein Obama. Sound a little bit too foreign, and her foreign name is even more pronounced. Did you see it? It's crazy. Study. Israel is not on the African plate, but in the western edge of the Arabian plate at its boundary with African plate. The boundary is called the Great Rift Valley, the world's most extensive geological fault. Oh yeah, I have a problem with what you posted, Egberto. I sent that to you. But anyhow, again, look. The idea is you can walk from one place to the next, right? You know, and that you're somehow going to make it more Asia than you are going to make it Africa. You have to ask questions, Redden. I think, look, this one I think we're going to disagree on this one, my brother. We're going to disagree on this one. All right, let's go ahead and say this one. Baptists and Episcopalians, from Daniel Lado. Baptists and Episcopalians have the same roots. Socialists and communists also share a common root. Ideology, Marxism. Wow. How enlightening, sir. Maywood says, BRB. Video frozen. No, it's going. Let's see. CNN anchor Don Lemon startled some colleagues on the network's morning show with his implication that 51-year-old Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley was past her prime. Bridge, was he talking about age? I'm really wondering if he was talking about age or talking about the where the Republican Party has moved to. But I could be wrong. But by the way, Don Lemon is not. I guess somebody said, "Hey, your boy Don Lemon." Don Lemon is not like one of my favorite anchors at all. All right, Egberto, one for the screen. What is this one going to be about? Okay. You want to put that? You won't let it. You won't let it go. You won't let it go. Okay, I see I see the plate. So, for those who said Asia, then what are we saying? It's not Asia either. Then, based on that, right? But I'm going to look up those plates. I've never quite seen this plate, this tectonic view here, because that would be saying there's an island of a plate. I've never seen a plate that small. So I'll have to do some research on that one. Oh, I need to show. Oh, I am showing it. Great. All right. Continuing. Tom C says, just like nursing homes, mega corporations are gobbling up small hospitals in Michigan, making exorbitant profits by cutting staff and medical services. At the same time, insurance companies are denying care. That's the story we did yesterday too, Brother Tom C. E2247 says, danger is high and margin for error is low in these years. We're now living, not limited to an increase in nuclear danger, but also to undermine global efforts to combat climate chaos. E2247 says, oligarchs in every nation on earth cannot care less about those dangers as long as they keep growing their money in the dung they consider we natural human persons to be. Our own potus, Congress, and SCOTUS to a person offer only rose-colored glasses through which they force us to view the world. This is got to stop. This has got to stop. Yes, I think that has got to stop. Rudnin has another one he wants me to put on, so I'll put it on again to show that there is an Arabian plate. Believe it or not, even though we did geography and all this kind of stuff, I'd never heard that there's a different Turkish plate, Arabian plate, and all that kind of stuff. I didn't know that. So, like I said, I have the smartest people who watch this program, and there are times that they correct me, and if I'm corrected, I'm corrected. But this one here, I'm not going to accept it as a correction yet. I have to do more research, Rudnin, and then I'll get back with you on that one and see if I'll come back and say, Rudnin, you got me on that one. All right, let's continue. Egberto works tirelessly to help us understand we got to stop doing what we're doing to learn and live within more equitable, reciprocal, honest dealings. I agree. Thank you so kindly for seeing the light. Julie Henderson says, government owns some rail used by Amtrak. Oh, I didn't know they actually own some of the rail. I thought they were actually using the rail of something. And Rudnin has another one. Here you go for Brother Rudnin. I just want you guys to understand that, oh, wait a minute. I could swear I had it on. There we go. Want you to understand, and for everybody that's listening right now, I want you guys to understand if I say something and you have different information, or you want to refute something that I say, that's why we are here. Because if somebody finds out that something I'm saying isn't quite accurate, I want that corrected, and I want that corrected quick to put it out there. Now, like I just told Rudnin, I'm not going to accept the plate thing yet till I do some more research, because I really had, honestly, we did a lot of geography in school and et cetera, and I didn't realize there was some sort of a circular small plate called the Arabian plate. So I have to do some research on that one. All right, Julie Henderson says, government owns some rail. Amtrak, I read that. YT4ME57 says, good afternoon, to which we also tell you, my brother, good afternoon. We've also had Bree says, yes, Amtrak is worked there for over 25 years. Daniel Lado says, replying to Bree, so you're finally realizing what I have known for years. Don Lemon is an idiot. Oh, you are so tough on people, Mr. Lido. Eric Hayes says, too not hot to trot, too bot to trot. Slap yourself. I just did. Eric Hayes says, don't nod off during the video. Who said I nodded off during the video? Daniel Lido says, NBC finally admits natural immunity is better than the vax. LOL. Welcome to the party. 2 years too late. That's not what the report said at all. read it again. Audio doubled. Oh, what do you mean audio doubled, sir? Are you hearing us twice right now? Okay. Are you hearing us twice? I don't think so. Anyway, I'll keep going here until somebody tells me. Let me see if that could be something here. If I have, no, I don't have the monitor on, so you shouldn't be hearing it twice. Okay. Okay, let's see. Tom C. said, Egberto looks really tired. Should take a nap while videos are... You know what? I am tired. This morning I got... wait, first of all, let me give you a quick little story, guys. A quick little story. I am on the national board of the Pacifica Network. That is the progressive station that owns 5 big radio stations: KPFT, WBAI, KPFK, KPFA in California. Those KPFK in Berkeley, KPFA in LA, and I don't remember the one in New York. And then we have like 200 something affiliate stations. So it's a board of 24, and we make policy for the network, and we do all kind of voting. And by the way, it's all of this is the only people get paid in the whole of Pacifica Network, which is worth over $100 and something million. The only people get paid is the director and a few staff in California and I think Utah that do some of the management stuff. So we make policy for it. We were on the phone till 2 a.m. We had a call that lasted from 7:30 until 2 a.m. And while that call is going through, I am trying to blog, trying to do some videos, and then right before 2 o'clock, had to do my exercise because, the one thing that I believe in is if you want to go ahead and, if you're doing this kind of work, right, you have to keep the aerobics going. Otherwise, you deteriorate your heart, etc. It's what I hear. So I make it diligently 3 times a week. I do the exercise. So anyway, that was my night last night. It didn't end till 2 something. Then, of course, I had to get up because I had one interview that I had to do. So it's been a rough week, actually. All right. Let's see. Melanie Keelan says, Egberto has disappeared. No. Daniel Ledo says, natural immunity requires getting sick in the first place, which if you're dealing with a potentially deadly and or debilitating disease is not a wise strategy to risk with your life. Exactly, Michael. Thank you. Bridge says, yes, immunity required from COVID infection is as protective as vaccination against severe illness and death. Study finds if you don't die from the infection. Thank you so kindly. Same thing that Rudnin said in a different form. Daniel Ado says, Eric Hayes Fauci needs a long prison sentence to give him time to reflect on his evil deeds. Do you guys really, really want to put somebody in jail? I know it's tired eyes today. I'll try to clean my eyes up for Monday. Do you guys really want to put somebody in jail for doing a good deed, but allowing the right wing to make it seem otherwise? That's not cool. All right. Maywood says he was warning about possible revelations, not advocating for it. Lee Grant says, I like Nikki. We need some attractive women in political leadership. Oh, my God. Gaslight her, Egberto. Okay. Haley as VP and DeSantis as president. That's what I think they're aiming for. I think it would make, look, I want that. I would love for it to be DeSantis, Haley, a DeSantis Haley ticket. I am going to have so much fun with a DeSantis Haley ticket. And by the way, Mike, I love Mike, all my conservatives. You guys know that. And in fact, if you came to the show today, I had a conservative guy that I had interviewed a long time ago. Teresa brought him and said, should you interview this guy because he does good work in Houston? And I've never met him in person. We met in person at the studio and we just clicked. Chemistry, perfect. Good and great conservative guy. Check out the video on our network. All right. Actually, it's on my YouTube. All right, let's see. Can you see this site? Okay, let me back up. Rondon says, I'm kind of surprised that you'd post a Facebook post as proof of an idea earlier on your show. Man, that's really not good. Hey, I went to a place, to a person that does have some credibility. Check the person out. All right, let's see what else we said. Michael says, study.com. Israel is not on the African plate, but it is on the western edge of the Arabian plate at its boundary with African plate. The boundary is called the Great Rift Valley. I said I'm going to research that. I'm going to research it because, like I said, I had not known about the Arabian plate. And we are all fallible. We are all fallible, Mr. Rudnan. We're all fallible. I see all your plates. We are all fallible. All right, let's see what else you want. I think I put all those up already. I put all those up. All right, let's see. Egberto, you can accept when you're wrong about something. Egberto, will you accept when you're wrong about something? Have I not done that all of the time, sir? Have I not? Lee Grant, we do know that Jesus' dad wasn't African. How? Actually, technically speaking, no. Eric Hayes, geography class today. Thanks. Geography class and Egberto's getting it wrong. Sad. All right, Rudnan, you're not going to leave me alone, are you? All right, let's see. Lou Hussein, Obama was elected twice. So what point do you think you're making that Americans won't vote for people with a foreign sounding names, right? The master of the gaslight strikes again. Who said that I said that? Did I ever say that? Okay, Berto, we're gonna disgrace on this one. That agree to disagree philosophy is one I see with conservatives all the time. Doesn't work very well when one is factual and one is other in belief. Michael, all I'm saying is you accuse me of going fast and accepting one result. Now, I will do the diligent research to get the right info. Robert Davenport says, newsflash, Egypt is in Africa. We now return you to your Eurocentric fantasy perspective of the planet and history. Talking age, Egberto Willis. All right, the Juan de Fuca plate is the smallest tectonic plate, substantially smaller than the Arabian plate. Michael Rudnin, Egberto, yes, please do some more research. Check this stuff out. Mr. Rudnin, isn't that what I said I was going to do? All right, come on, brother, come on. All right, Lee Grant says, my favorite part of an Arabian plate is the hummus and the baba jano. Eric Hayes says, watch the balance needs sleep too, Egberto. All right, Fauci good deeds. Julie Henderson says, temper tantrum should get home confinement at Camp David. Daniel Lido says, yes, Fauci should be in ass-pound in jail for deeds. I don't think so. Michael René says, Egberto, so many comments that it takes so long to get through them all. I got you. I'm not mad at you, Rudnin. You're my brother. Come on now. Egberto, one could say DeSantis has done more with less than any other state. They were hit with big storms, but still got their elections done in record time with no real drama. Wow. Let me see who else did that. Oh, every other state. BGMCP says, Egberto Willis, Haley runs for herself, put in puppet blacks in an ad. And yes, I saw that. And they didn't even know it. Haley is a daughter of Indian immigrants. Haley's birth name is Nimrata Nikki Radhawa. And she was born in South Carolina to immigrants who came to the United States from Punjab, India. She grew up using mainly her middle name, Nikki, and when she married Michael Haley in 1996, she took his surname. All right, let's see what else we got here. James A. Robicho. Most of the track that Amtrak owns is in the Northeast Corridor where population is dense and passenger quantities are high. We could do more, but the deficit mythology limits us by insisting that Amtrak not lose money, even though we don't even... James, you're here. Thank you. And by the way, even as I agree with that, you know what? I think I responded to you on Twitter or something like that. I mean, you're right about the definition of the monetarianism. And it said, look, I get it. Now, let me just give you one thing, though. I did read, and let me, Actually, I was a bit mad at you, Robert Joe, because you made me read. Not you made me read. After I saw your comment on Twitter, I went to a very, very long essay you wrote. And I wanted to see, I was upset at you because you made me read this much stuff. And you had not said, and look, everything that you wrote there, you could have said to me in about 2 pages. But I read it. And the problem is the following. Here's the problem. You are correct in a lot of your analysis in a pure world. We are not living in a pure world, and we're living with people who look at folks like you, myself, Rudnin, Bridge MCP, Woods, as crazies with horns. It doesn't matter how right we are. Doesn't matter how right you are. If you are unable to put that out there, let's use an example with, notice I still have the plates on the screen. Why do I still have Rudnin's plates on the screen? He called me out. And he said, no, that plate, Israel is not on that African part of the plate. And if you take a look at it, it looks like while Egypt may be on the plate, you may have, I got to, like I said, we probably jumped the gun on this. It wasn't something that was going to kill anybody or whatever. We probably jumped the gun. But I have enough trust in these guys here, y'all, that I'm going to go ahead and, hey, let me go look at this stuff now. But it's important that you're able to get people to even attempt to listen to you. And that's what I hope to do. That's why I wrote the book, It's Worth It, How to Talk to Your Right-Wing Relative Friends and Neighbors. And you also have to be able to be humble. If you get called out and you're wrong, you get called out and you're wrong. That one isn't for you yet, Rudnin. On Monday, I'll tell you, I'll give you my mea culpa on Monday if I have to, Rudnin. Okay, so chill. All right. You hear me, Rudnin? I will do my, look at Rudnin now. You see, Rudnin, now Rudnin says, oh, whoa, I might have been wrong after all. Oh, Lord. What does he have now? Okay, that's okay. We're all in this together. Let me show you what he brought now. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. So, Israel is, in fact, seems to be on the African plate. So, but that's okay. We don't know for sure. We still have to do some more research. Okay? Still have to do some more research. But anyhow, I have another video for you. But I just love the interaction with all of you all. And, like I said also, we all correct each other when we have some issues, etc. Let's go ahead and play that last video. And I promise this time I will be back. Let me tell you what I want Democrats to do. Let me tell you what I want. You're never slipping, Rudnin. We're all in this stuff together. Let me tell you about this. Democrats need to have passion for the good things that they do. They need to be able to go out there and sell what they've done in a manner that those that they've helped can actually see what was done for them. I want you to listen to El Señor Gallegos that's running for Senate in Arizona, and then we'll take it on the other side.
Congressman, I never thought I'd say this, but Joe Biden is the most successful president, in my view, in my lifetime, in terms of legislation passed, in terms of the economy he's overseeing, as you mentioned. It has been, astonishing series of wins for the Congressman. I never thought I'd say this, but Joe Biden is the most successful president, in my view, in my lifetime, in terms of legislation passed, in terms of the economy he's overseeing, as you mentioned. It has been, astonishing series of wins for the Congressman. I never thought I'd say this, but Joe Biden is the most successful president, in my view, in my lifetime, in terms of legislation passed, in terms of the economy he's overseeing, as you mentioned. It has been...
Well, by now everybody knows Nikki Haley, she's running for president as a Republican, but my videos got all screwed up. So I'm going to have to bring you the Gallegos one on Monday. I am so sorry. When I tell you today, I was burning from, again, like I tell you, it all started with the Pacifica Network, the Pacifica National Board. We had some heavy-duty decisions to make last night, and it was just crazy. So forgive me for that messed up video. I'm leaving it in the podcast as well, just to show folks, hey, I'm so sorry. All right. Anyhow, so that video was supposed to take us home, but since it won't take us home, you all are going to take me home. What else we want to talk about? Let's see what we got here. Don't take calls so late. It's not taking calls. It's a meeting. It's a meeting that lasted over 8 hours. Well, let's see. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. It lasted 7 hours. A board meeting lasted 7 hours. It's like, God. I got a couple of blogs written, but still 7 hours. But you know, folks, what can I say? We do all of this to get our message out, right? Hey, that's what we do. Anyhow, para ver, what did I miss? I like James always reminds me of differences between a reformer and a revolutionary. James is, in fact, a revolutionary. And like I said, he writes a lot and he writes some long essays. Check him out. I'm next time I'll bring his stuff. But you know, we like to have folks like James in the fold because he makes you think. He makes you think and he helps you with the message. All right. Did I miss anybody else? I don't think Egberto, the Harris County Commission brings our 8 hours and they still screw up the county. Oh Lord. Lee Grant says, we were taken about school indoctrination. A group of black students had herded several white students over to a playground and coerced them to state Black Lives Matter against their will. Students who had attempted to evade the coercive mob of junior indentarians allegedly were chased down and escorted, dragged, or carried back to the playground. One student was bashed in the head by one of the BLM supporting aggressors. Really? I didn't hear that one, but if you have a link, I'll be more than happy to look into that. I mean, you know, you can always find these outliers, right? You can always find the outlier, Lee Grant, but we can't make the outliers how things really are. We can't do that. We really, really can't do that. We shouldn't do that if we really want. I don't think you were at my noon show today, Lee. I would like you to listen to, I'm going to cut out the parts of the interviews that I did with my new conservative buddy from National something ministries. I think Breach kind of liked the guy as well. Breach was like, who's that guy? You know, and I think she liked him as well. So, but we'll talk about that. All right. Anything else that I need to talk about before I close out? Look like I'm going to be closing out early. Pence is fighting his possible testimony. Yeah, he wants to fight that. The reason, look, I think Pence would go and testify immediately if he was absolutely sure he wouldn't pay a price and absolutely sure that it meant Trump will be going away. But since he has no way of knowing that, he's not going to do it. Biden likes him some Amtrak. That's how he got to work every day on Amtrak. You know, on Amtrak. Anyhow, I need to do my ask before we get out of here. So I want to ask you so kindly, those of you that are listening to the program, if you are on YouTube, please consider hitting that join button and becoming a part of our PDR posse. Easy to do. You can support us as well by going to PayPal, politicsandright.com/PayPal. You can support us on Patreon by going to politicsandright.com/Patreon. You can support us at our store by going to politicsandright.com/store. And you can support us on the books. Get in our books, politicsandright.com/books. Alternatively, you can find all the links that we have for supporting this program at politicsdoneright.com/support. At politicsdoneright.com/support. I think I'm going to close her out about 3 or 4 minutes early today. Just because you guys don't have any more questions on, well, let me see. James Robichaud says, Michael Renner, I think this is the essay Egberto just mentioned. Let me see if that was the one. And I will put it on the screen so that our audience can see it. Yeah. The collection plate narrative of taxation is poisoning society. That is the article that I ran. And by the way, folks, subscribe to his newsletter. If you can, consider giving him a pledge on that newsletter as well. Let me go ahead and recommend his newsletter because, again, I like the guy. I'm going to tweet his newsletter. Oh, I'm not even putting this on the screen, aren't I? I just tweeted his newsletter, as well as, let me see what else I'm going to do. Where is the newsletter? There we go. So here is his article, James' newsletter, The Collection Plate Narrative of Taxation is Poisoning Society. Again, folks, go ahead, click on his stuff and subscribe to his newsletter. It's a long article. It's long. And the thing about it is I read it because he's one of us. And when I say one of us, I don't mean progressive only, because if I had a conservative brother that wanted me to read something that he wrote that's here on our program, I would as well. If this is a Facebook only channel, you should state that. What do you mean? Have a good weekend, progressives. Taxation without representation. Wait a minute, Robert, what do you mean by if this is a Facebook only channel? What do you mean by that? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you're speaking to me or speaking to somebody. Those who can see this, LOL. Actually, here's what happens. Let me tell you. No. Let me tell you what happens, Davenport. There is a program. Don't leave yet, Davenport. There is a program that brings all the things over from Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and the others into one screen. And I can show you the screen, just so you know I'm not fibbing you or anything like that. I'm going to bring the screen over so you can see it, because I like my people to know that I'm honest with the things that I'm doing. Let's put it on the other screen. All right, there we go. All right, and I see everything. And if you see a red mark in front of the name, that message is coming from Facebook, from YouTube. If you see the maroon mark, it's coming from Twitch or the Restream.io. All of that, I see all of that aggregates everything into one place. But the problem is there are times the tool does not bring all the messages out. I am not snubbing absolutely anybody. I just didn't see it. The Restream bot. So please don't. If you try to send a message and I don't get it, try some other way to send it to kind of force me on to read it. And of course, there are times as well that as I'm scrolling, I may miss somebody's message. So please remember, everybody here gets good treatment. Por favor. Saben eso. All right. Michael says, Egberto, the app redirects stuff from Facebook to Twitch and YouTube. Comments from YouTube and Twitch can see each other as well. But anyone on Facebook doesn't see any YouTube or Twitch comments. Oh, I didn't know that. I realized that people on YouTube didn't see, on Facebook didn't see the Twitch and the other comments. Okay. I hope they fix that sometime. Anyhow, we are near the end of the program. I want to thank all of you for being here. Please go ahead and remember to support our program however best you can. And again, the best way to support us is going to politicsandright.com/support. find the most opportune or the best way that you can find in that post to support our program. And I'll post it again one more time. My name is Egberto Willies. This is Politics Done Right. And you guys know how I end this baby. I am what? Out. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number 1, subscribe to our channel. And number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.